Church of the Redeemer. It's the name that was given to us, the name that we officially established as our church. About 22 years ago, here's the story I want to tell you. We began the process. We purchased this particular piece of land. And we were getting ready to build on this land. And I remember driving out here on this particular piece of property. It was wooded at the time, and we just begun the excavation process. We'd done all the due diligence on the land. We'd done all the environmental studies that we've been told to do. But as they began to clear this land for building the foundation of this particular building, we discovered several things that none of us knew was here. We discovered in this piece of property sometime in the past that it had actually been used for dumping trash. And so there was a whole section of this particular piece of property that when they dug a little bit deeper, they found just significant amounts of just trash that was just buried underneath the topsoil. And so it was just several acres of that we knew had to be cleaned up. And as they continued to dig around and excavate, we discovered about 5 fuel tanks that were leaking in the ground. And folks, I'll tell you, if you're building a building and you discover 5 leaking fuel tanks in the ground, that's called an environmental problem, okay? And all these issues, we're talking about having to bring in these special trucks that will clear out, that will actually sift through all the soil and get all the trash out so the soil can be used again, and having to actually find ways to clean up all the gasoline and oil that had leaked out of these fuel tanks that we had no idea was here. And so I remember walking out on the property one day by myself, and I was walking around here and I was so discouraged. I was so discouraged. I said, God, we bought this piece of property, and now we've got a trash pile, and we've got fuel that we've got to clean up, and they're telling me it's thousands of dollars to do this. I don't understand this. I don't grasp it. I can't understand how we could be sitting on a piece of property. We did everything we knew how to do to determine that this was going to be a good place to build a church. And I remember asking God, what? And there was a moment, and I don't want to exaggerate. I can't remember everything fully, but I do remember coming to a stop and feeling the voice of the Holy Spirit inside of me. It wasn't an audible voice. It wasn't anything that I saw something written in the heavens, but it was a voice that came inside of me, and the Lord said, what I'm going to do for this land, I'm going to do for people that will walk through the doors of this church. That what I'm going to do for this land is I'm going to redeem this land.